Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to get subscribers into your Facebook Messenger chatbot using a send to Messenger button. So, before you start, make sure that you watch the module about sequences and conversations again, because we're going to talk and we're not going to talk much about them here, and they're needed to actually use this widget. And make sure that you also created a sequence that you use to connect to this widget. So what is a send to messenger button slash widget? It is basically what you're seeing here on the screen. It's a button you put on your website, on your landing page, and when people click on it, they will be asked by Facebook to verify that they wants to continue as a logged in user. It doesn't always happen that way, but then after they confirm it, they will get a message from your sequence. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's going to be very clear once you see it in action. So, but before I show it to you, I have to warn that it requires access to HTML. So it's one of those widgets that require access to HTML. Sorry. The other widgets would be checkbox widget and customer chat widget. We're going to cover them in other videos. Now, don't worry. Setting up this in HTML and JavaScript is actually very simple. Just give it to your developer if anything, and he'll do it for you in 5 minutes. So with that said, let's see it in action. So I'm back in Chatforce's dashboard. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to connect one of my sequences that invites people to the conference. I'm going to connect this sequence to this send to messenger button widget. So the way I do it is I first go to growth widgets area. I click on growth widgets on the left sidebar. I click on the button at the top right, and I select messenger button. After this, I'm going to give this button some name. Let's call it conference welcome as button. Okay. That is from my own reference, so that later on when I look at the table of all my growth widgets, I can tell which widget does what. So I'm going to select the skin color and the size of this button. I'll just make it white and extra large. And then I'll go to the next tab where I'll select one of the sequences that I want this button to trigger when people click on it. And that's basically it. Now you don't have a lot of optimization, customization, options on the first tab because we're restricted by what Facebook provides us. And that's basically all Facebook provides us. Then, after you're done with the opt-in actions and customization, you go to the third tab. The third tab is where you get the widget code. Then make sure you first have your website whitelisted here. And if it's not, just enter your website and then click on whitelist. It will add it to the whitelist, the list of whitelisted domains. Interesting how it sounds. Then step 2 is where you get the code and you copy paste it at the end of your website or wherever you want actually. And that's what we're going to do right now. Well, I'm in my WordPress dashboard, and what I'm expecting to do right now is I want to put a button on this post / page that when I click will send me a message inside Messenger. So the way I do it is I go into the edit form and I make sure that I'm editing the I make sure that I'm in the text tab because that will allow me to put HTML code in. Then I go to Chatforce, I copy these 2 snippets of code and I click on update. Cool. Now I go back to my page, and what will happen is it will load the button. Then I click on it, and when I click on it, as you can see, the message appears here. We can do it as many times as you want because there's like you can do it infinitely. And there you go. That's how it works, and that's a great way to get people into your messenger bot.